What's up, Rockstars? Today I'm going to be unboxing some really cool terrain, different than any terrain you've probably seen before, unless you've seen me talk about what's in this box. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, while I open this, I'd like to just go ahead and quickly thank my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that I'm able to stay independent from the game industry, so I'm not relying on money paid to me for my opinions, so that when you hear my opinions, it is my honest opinions and not my wallet's opinions. So if there's a game company and they're making a game and I'm going to review them or give my opinion on them or anything like that, I do not accept any money from them whatsoever. So that's always kind of nice, I feel. Now this is cool. This is called UpZone. It's a pop-up terrain system. Now what's really cool about this, besides the fact that it just looks cool, is that it gives you the opportunity to play stuff that normally takes a lot of space and packs it down to just this box here. So let's go ahead and take a look in it and see what it's all about. Now for a long time, I was in a pretty small apartment, and I think anything with a family of 6 is a small apartment, but it was kind of small, and so something like this I could store really far down, very nice. Additionally, another kind of nice thing is sometimes, my buddy will come over and we'll play, a game of Kill Team or something like that, and what's nice there is just having a terrain you can bring easily and not have this huge box you're carrying around. So that's really kind of nice, just to have this one box and then a whole set of terrain. I think it's super cool. And, they have it themed and all that. I'm like, this is really skinny. So, this is not bad at all. So let's go ahead and actually, let me take this out here. In here, in this box, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's it. Now, obviously, this is not a final production anything, right? This is just kind of a preview copy to kind of take a look at it. See, back is just a plain white box. But to get some stats here, this is the Cathedral Zone one. This is they obviously have different themed ones, and you could mix and mix and match as well. It's a 60-inch by 44-inch battlefield with pop-up terrain, compact and portable, set up in seconds, compatible with all your favorite miniature games. So the scale is really there for like 28 to 35 kind of millimeter, which is again good for like Warhammer and just about anything else you'd use it for. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, right here, you'll see a little kind of a clip there that this can kind of go in, and then it can go into here ideally and just kind of lock in place. There is kind of I think the idea there. Not quite getting that, but again, this is a prototype and slightly used one now, but okay, so close, just about. I almost got it. It's like kind of like that. There we go. Okay, so now this is how it'd be, and you put your people in here, and it's sturdy enough to hold a miniature, just fine. I do see inside here, there's an inside as well, which is also kind of cool. You don't always get something like that, especially, textured. A lot of times you have these like cardboard ones you make, and the outside's all textured, inside just looks plain. So it's kind of nice to see that. There's a little like bowing here, and maybe this is a little bit looser than like, this, obviously, because it has this. But either way, it'll hold a miniature fine. I'll put some miniatures on here. I'll take some pictures and show you guys. One of the cool things, by the way, is that you also get essentially the mat as well. So, like, when my buddy comes over with terrain, we have the terrain pieces that are kind of like this. But it's just on my table. It's just on this, right? I don't have a mat yet to put it on. And if so, it's another thing to store. And so then what's great about that is it pops right out. You can close it again, and then use it over and over again, which is super cool. So there's that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few others. Oh, looks like I popped the little thing off. So be sure to unpop that when you close it. I'll have to tape that back on. But because it's just cardboard, I bet I can. This one opens this way. has these right here. And it has on the bottom here these little pop-ins that, again, looks like if I come this direction, I can pop in like that. And this will just kind of, ideally, yep, just like that, pop right in. That's how the other one was supposed to work, and it just didn't. All right, so come in here, pop that in. Maybe, come on. Pop this in. I will say this is probably a little bit more work than I had anticipated. Okay, so it's the side here, of course. Just because, like, and it just looks like it just pops in, just, you know, with no effort at all. And there's a little bit of effort when first setting it up for these more advanced ones. But there you go. So now you have this kind of bowing here that I've seen. I don't know if there's okay, there's nothing really to put that in. So you got these, and you can kind of go inside of this one. And again, like, this is actually really nice. I really like the look of this. And it does have these grid lines, you'll notice. So if you need grid lines, for the most part it has it. Like right here doesn't have grid lines. But again, you can just kind of assume 1, 2, 3, you know. Like it's pretty easy to figure out the grid lines, but for the most part they have a lot of those. They have different terrains here, which would be good for, like, you know, cover or anything like that. You can look at the other side here. Okay, so you can kind of see how those fit together. So a little pop in here, a little pop up here, and a little bowing here. Though you can't really tell that unless you're looking straight down, this bowing here. But it would be nice to maybe have a little clip here as well. And again, you know, these are prototypes, so I'm going to reserve some judgment. That being said, once put together, this seems pretty darn, like, this is much sturdier than even the last one. Like, this is no problem at all. So I believe if can I just, okay, so on this one it just popped out no problem, and then there's those 2 tags. So that's probably what it's supposed to do. All right, there's that one. So I got 2 more here. Oh, this is a big one. This is fun. I like this one. Okay, let's see what's going on here. It looks like, okay. Okay, looks like this one comes in like this. Oh, there you go. And then can just loop right in there. That one didn't quite pop up. This one right here, just like this. Okay, go back in, please. Pretty please. There we go. I don't know what this is made of, but it's actually quite good cardstock. And then this doesn't clip on there, just kind of sits there. Okay, all right, so let's take a look at this. So from the outside, looks like we have kind of a building here with even like some hallway kind of areas here. Much more of an advanced building. This is definitely not something I'd, maybe it's because I'm lifting it up from the bottom. Definitely not something I'd build out of cardboard, right? This is definitely more advanced than any kind of MDF terrain that I would personally build without, you know, buying a kit for. If you're using MDF or, you know, anything like that. Even most of the plastic kits aren't normally, okay, come on now. The problem is I need to get both of them in there. Oh my goodness. All right. Hopefully they can make this a little bit less awkward. But once I got it, I got it. All right. Nope, I don't got it. I think it's lifted when I lift it up, so it's like when you move it. So let me try doing it just by feel here. And then we'll see if we can't. Okay, there's one. Oh. Almost feel like these need to be a little bit longer. Oh, geez, guys. I might not even be able to get this one. This is no fun. Alright. Okay, don't touch it. Alright, so you got, again, all these different walkways, which is super cool, and putting people in there, it's going to pop that out. I'm not sure what the solution is to this, but and again, it could just be this copy. Again, this is an early copy. It's obviously been used before because this one piece was already partially torn. If you saw that at the angle the camera's at when I first got it. Print quality on this is very nice, by the way. So I do like that. But yeah, these are definitely, and part of it is because this isn't going straight, right? If this was just more taut and more straight, it'd be fine, but it pops out like that because it has a bend, right? Because it has a bend like that, but it needs to like pop out all the way. So they need to work on that a little bit, but there's definitely time for them to do that. Otherwise, I actually really like this building because it's asymmetrical, right? So you have this lower area here and then nothing here. And then you have kind of a symmetry here, and some gaps and some hallways here. And then inside of there, there's a lot of different places to kind of look. And this kind of stuff is just there for design. There's almost no reason for it, except, you know, just for there to be something that's cool. So I do kind of dig that. There's that one. Down to the last one. This one is just a solid building by the looks of it. Okay, so this is going to come in. Oh, this needs a flat. Aha. Okay, so this is going to be like this. This might actually be like really secure. Let's see. Let's see. So it just kind of pops in there, I imagine, for the most part. There you go. Okay. There's one. Please don't pop out. Here's this one. All right, and there is that. Now this is not flat. I don't know if it's necessarily supposed to be, or like I imagine this is not supposed to be bowed in. I bet that's the difference. So if I was to pop this up, try and pull that out a little bit, maybe. Maybe can I overextend it? No. I'm trying to get this. There we go, kind of like that. So that, I'll pop this one out too. This one stays in really good. Let's see if I can't get this one. Okay, that seems a little bit better. So the sides are still wanting to suck in here because of the fold. It needs to be a little bit more straight. Come on, get in there. This is like bending the cardboard a little bit. I don't know if other people have unboxed these and if they had a better time with it. And maybe I'm just dumb. I mean, I do struggle with even unboxings, but ideally, that's a little bit fine. Maybe, I guess the weight of a heavy miniature would go there, but if you wanted a tiny miniature here, they're just going to be bowing up. So part of it is this going in, I think, but I mean, that's technically flat, and there's still a little bit of a bow here. Part of it's just getting this level. So I'm not quite sure how to do that. What I want to do, I'm going to go get some miniatures, and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. All right, so these are my Grey Knight Terminators that I built. And so as you can see, they're kind of at a little bit of an angle here. This is certainly doable. I think it works. I mean, you probably want somebody with like real guns, right? Here, let's put a Space Marine there. But it is definitely like angled here. Let me go ahead and maybe you can kind of see that. Like he's definitely angled down, right? He should be kind of like this, right? Kind of straight across. Which is, I mean, I guess it kind of works here because he's just shooting down, but it definitely makes him look a little leaning. And I don't know if I have like an oddly, I guess like here, this guy has a gun, but he's just straight up and down. So that looks a little bit more silly than the guy kind of leaning down, looking down. That works anyway. So you can kind of see, oh, he's going to slide down anyway. Yeah, so that's kind of important. And this is almost no cover at all, right? So it should be, I guess, ideally kind of like this, right? And that's a little bit better. This still leans down a little bit. on the edge. So it should be here. If I do it like that, that's straight. And that's not. So you can kind of see the difference there. But on here, I mean, this looks great. As you can see, it pretty much fits right there in a square. Even these kind of, you know, miniatures on that base, or you can have a bit of a bigger base. I think they still look great. Definitely looks good in this matte kind of flooring here. But that's a little okay. Now let's see if I can fold this back up. Let's look at maybe that other big building there. So, and it does fold flat, which is pretty darn sweet. Alright, coming back to this one. Here we go. I mean, that is quick. Like, if it was just that quick, that'd be awesome. This never does pop up. There we go. Alright, and I was never able to get this, per se. Let me try one more time to put a mini on there. Especially this big, long one here like this. Ideally, this kind of helps it a little bit. There we go. No! So it just pops right out. Just doesn't want to stick. If you can get it in, stay. Good boy. No. Try this one first then maybe. So, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to show you here. It goes in here, and then comes back in here. And the problem is, first of all, you have to get them both in there at the same time. Otherwise, you have to push one out. So you got to put them both in there, if you can. Go in. Okay, so now they're both in. Now I can try and push this guy in, like so. And then push, oh, see, and then he pops like not the easiest to do. Okay, anyway. Let's just put a guy in here. How about that? There we go. Like, this is cool. I love this. Like, this is awesome. Like, I dig this little, you know, I mean, these little scenes you can do are super cool. Like, I really dig that. Like, that's awesome. I just need this to lock, right? If we can get that, I don't even mind that I have to, you know, pull that one out. Like, that one's fine. It's just that other one. Now, this looks really skinny to the point where I don't think this is actually doing much. It does create an opening, I guess, where, I mean, maybe it's a partial cover. That's kind of one of the odd things when it comes to, oh, I guess I almost forgot him. I was going to close with him in there. With it folding like this, making a big structure works. Having this actually be the thickness of a wall isn't the case though, right? These are perfectly flat. So if you're trying to think about like obscured shots, like if this guy's over here, and then this guy's right here, and I'm shooting at him, there's like this really thin, if it's 3D terrain, you get that actual kind of thickness of a wall, right? Almost proportional to the miniature, but in this case, it is just skinny. So it's just these big structures, I think, is where it works best in, as opposed to maybe anything quite like that. So it is kind of interesting, and maybe this is just to help support. I'm not quite sure. Let's go ahead and look at one of the other ones. This is almost a guaranteed, this one will work, I think. Move my guys out of the way. Those out of the way. I think this one was almost the most successful one we had. What do you guys think? I feel like it was. Pop that in there and in there. Perfect. And then push in on the side wall that it's on. And it should just go right in and push in on the side. There we go. All right. So now we can have guys up there. Maybe he's down here. Oh, no, too tall. Too tall. That's fine. He'll be here. Maybe this guy can fit in there. Yeah, he can. Put him in right there. He's in there. So yeah, this is cool. I dig this. Like, this is awesome. This works really well. You can pop that in pretty darn quick. A little bit of a bow here, but it's fine. There's a little bit of a wiggle there, so you definitely don't want to like do anything too crazy. But yeah, these work okay. All right, and then I think if I do that, we'll just it pops right out. Perfect. One more here to try. Now this is, again, kind of a simple one because it's just the one. Oh, this is the one where I broke the tab off of. So that's fine. And again, so this is very skinny, right? So it's not really like, you know, fooling anyone. It looks great from here. Here it looks a little flat, which is fine. All right, so let's go on and get a real bad guy here. He's not even on a base right now. Let's put him up here. My wife will yell at me if I drop him, so we don't want to do that. But again, I think this kind of stuff just looks great. You can even have him going off this way. So, you know, be fighting Space Marine versus Space Marine, why not? And I think that works quite well. And this is actually tall enough to even fit that, even with the wider bases too, which is great. So he can be in there, and I think that, again, looks cool. I think I did drop him anyway. Hopefully I don't die. Yep, looks cool. So like this is the best one, I think. Even better than the other one, just because it's a whole building and it fits this in here, and you can kind of just do whatever it is that you're doing. Real quick and easy, right? I mean, it's just literally set up and play, and then I have the mat down, I have this down, and then best of all, it is low storage. So as long as they can fix that clipping system, and I'll have to recheck the Kickstarter to see if they have, if that's going to be the final thing or not, and if so, you know, if they can work on that. But if that works, then this is, I think, super awesome because it just fits all of it, an entire board in a box like that, and you put it all together, and you got this really cool system with this broken in building, the central part, and then kind of some pieces offset. And if I wanted to move this here and this here, I could. Or if I wanted to maybe put this here and then this here and then that there, I could do that as well. I think all of that is just perfect. It's exactly kind of what you need. So very cool idea and concept. And I think the execution is going to be there. It's just a matter of kind of nailing that kind of final production down on these kind of locking mechanisms here to make them really robust and reusable and working well. So with that out of the way, thanks so much for watching. If you appreciated this kind of detailed unboxing of some simple pop-up terrain, be sure to hit that like button on your way out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I can maybe answer them for you or kind of point you in the right direction. And with that, have an enjoyable rest of your day. And I'll talk to you again real soon.